Coming up, Max Verstappen joins us in a Toyota for a quote-unquote friendly race. What's the gap to the MR2? Just the 9 seconds. Cool. New year, new me. I graciously decide to bury the hatchet with an old enemy. Sorry, I might just be bullying Beetle a little bit. And I'm fine, thanks for asking. Nope, nothing wrong with me. Hello and welcome back to Gran Turismo 3. It's episode 11, day 97 in-game with just over 42,000 credits. We are one race away from beating the naturally aspirated competition, one race away from beating the lightweight K-Cup in the Daihatsu Cuore, or as it is somewhat affectionately known, very minimal amount of affection, the Cuore. And I've agreed to take on the challenge set by Keithy P of essentially trying to take on the FF challenge in the Cuore as well. And the reason why that's a challenge is because it starts out life as a 6 brake horsepower shoe that doesn't enjoy going uphill or downhill or doesn't enjoy being a car, is what we've established. But we're going to try and get it to beat the FF challenge, despite the fact that we've struggled, we've pumped a load of money to get it to be competitive in the lightweight K-Cup. It's not going to be a cost-effective part of the gaming playthrough, but as your mum's favourite quote says on her kitchen in that font, life is about the journey and not the destination. Hopefully we will still end up with some money in the bank once we complete that challenge. If we complete that challenge. We'll see how it goes. But for now, we are already in the Truno, so we're going to head straight back out to Apricot Hill. And we're going to try and beat the naturally aspirated Cup. Obviously trying to complete the reverse. If the MR2 shows up, there is almost no point in us racing because it's so much quicker than anyone. Oh, for God's sake. And it's on pole. I need to get my eye back in anyway, so we'll use this one as like a test, but I'm fully anticipating the MR2 to just to wreck us. I said this at the beginning of the last episode. Oh, well, it's been a while since I've recorded, so I'll need one to get back into it. And then I thought, well, it won't be a problem going forward because I'm going to film more regularly, and I've waited an age to film today's episode. But welcome back. Thank you for watching and joining us on this long playthrough Gran Turismo 3. Let's see if we can make more inroads today, as most of the field goes wide on the exit of turn 1. Follow them through there. Oh my word. Very slidey. Not the best start. And if we look at the track map, there is already one dot just absolutely steaming away. Good lord, and I have not had a good start. The other Truno has been pushed off the road. We will get past them. Okay, I might just need a moment to find my way back into this. It's again been a really long time since I've recorded the last episode, and I've slightly forgotten how to drive it. As the PT Cruiser ahead goes off, we can keep it tidy. Ooh, there we go! Very aggressive switchback. Learned my lesson from the last time when we somewhat met in the middle. And up the hill we go. So we still have a chance at maybe getting second from this one, but what's the gap to the MR2? Just the 9 seconds. Cool. Dear me. Oh no! That was a very bad turn one. Very nearly following the Peugeot out there. I also can't remember if I've changed the oil in this car recently. I mean, the oil light's not on, so it should be okay. I can't remember if I did that in the last episode or not, if that was the Cuore. Spinning up the rears as we go down to second through the hairpin. Fourth gear for this one. I'm completely relearning this. I've not even gone back and watched the previous episode recently just to refresh myself. Had a read of the comments on the last one, just if there was anything to address. But once again, I'm coming in kind of cold. I think you can tell it's not the strongest start to the episode. I don't play at all in between. Everything is, you see, is happening on the screen. And it's just a 12-second gap to the MR2, so that confirms my suspicion that if the MR2 is there, we ain't gonna bother, because the MR2 is just otherworldly quick. And we finish behind a Yaris in a 206. Slightly upsetting. I'm determined, because we will win a car once we beat this competition, and I'm hoping that car will give us another avenue if the challenge, the FF challenge with the Cuore, becomes a little bit tiresome. I would like another out, essentially, and maybe another avenue to attack the game at. So it hopefully will come in the form of the prize car. No MR2. I still need to drive a little bit better. But we have a chance. So there we go. Off we go. I'm not going to rev up the wheels too much immediately as the PT Cruiser gets elbows out. Side. I mean, that's a little bit better, but I don't quite think their route through the sand is the fastest, but immediately this is a much better start. Gap of 3.7 up to the leader already, though, which is not really what we want to see. Just dabbing on the throttle. Got the inside of our fellow Truno, and that's a nice, tidy move up the inside of the hairpin. I'm hoping we can be third by the end of the lap. The question is, will we have the pace to close down the lead? Oh, as we get a bit of a nudge from our fellow sprinter. We're going to use the momentum to get past the PT Cruiser. And we've got... oh, the leader's gone off. Okay. And that has happened once or twice there before. It's the MX-5 in the lead from the 206. MX-5 all over the place. Go on, you keep being messy, sunshine. And it gives us a chance to claw them back in. Come on. Immediately drops the pack. And we have a chance to do this. Need a good lap though. 1.2. They're both going to go wide into one. This is a good moment to just rein them in again. Oh, lovely showbiz slide alongside the MX-5. 206 next. got to do it this time. This is a really good place to be in. I'm going to try to go around the outside of the hairpin. Oh, I thought it'd work then, but we're going to duck under for the exit. Not quite. Mazda's still with us as well. We've certainly not dropped them. Still only 3 of us could win this. And the Mazda's going to try and tip up the inside. And does so and leans on us. But we get the better exit speed, which is always what I kind of prefer anyway. Oh, the kind of just I was thinking, where's that Mazda gone in my mirrors? Oh no! You bastard! That was our chance! Oh, that's so annoying. That should have been done and dusted, but I feel like my attempts to mount an attack on the Peugeot were ruined by the MX-5. I'm so mad I might just sell the MX-5 that I own. That's really... Okay, we go again. Is the MR2 going to be there? No. Okay. Come on, come on, come on now. No reason why we shouldn't be doing this. I'm so angry at that MX-5. If I don't do it this time, and we end up doing a race where the MR2 appears, part of me is thinking of doing something I don't think I've ever done before in this game, and we'll actually do qualifying and see if it can get us further up the grid, just to counteract how powerful the MR2 is, and then we can see if it gives us an opportunity to attack back at them if we need it. I'm hoping I can learn from my mistakes. We can get past the TARDIS Blue 206. Oh, apologies, not a Doctor Who fan, clearly. Oh, I didn't switch down a gear though, and that's completely... Oh, I thought I'd flick down to third. I obviously did not tap in the button quite enough. So again, just compromising my entry speed, because then on the exit, we are going to head up the inside, up to third. And this time it's MX-5 and Yaris ahead of us. Oh, the MX-5 is off the road again. And I'm gunning for this MX-5. I understeer painfully past it. I was hoping to get up the inside and maybe just lean on the MX-5 a little bit as a repayment. But annoyingly, same scenario again. The gap, though slightly bigger to the Yaris. The MX-5 though has gone full safari mode. Can we do same again here and just glide through? Not quite. I'll take very poor line. Oh no. I need to be clinical. Gap up by 0.2 of a second in that sector. Come on! Up the inside of the MX-5. Hopefully this time they're not going to come back at us. Have we got enough time? I'm taking their off-roading route now. I have managed to eat into the lead. I don't think it's going to be enough again. Oh, for God's sake. Here's me thinking I was going to get very frustrated at the Cuore in this episode, but under a second again. Oh, and the Mazda had such a mare, they finished 4th. Okay. Pressed the wrong button, I'm that frustrated. Sorry. I think we have one more go, and then we will move back to the Cuore, the other race we're stuck on trying to win. I hope you find this entertaining. This man gets stuck in beginner league of a game that's over 20 years old. MR2 is with us. It's not on pole. So, imagine if the MR2 doesn't drive away with this time. I'm going to qualify. I've never done this before. It might not make a difference. But since the MR2 is here, and it's been quite good, we'll try qualifying. So I'm going to do a warm-up lap. I've never done... Genuinely, I've never qualified in this game before. Obviously, everyone else is out on track. There goes the MX-5. And my plan is, I know I can do 3 laps, but I'm going to see if I can just do the 1. Or do I have to complete all 3? If I have to complete all 3, I might edit this bit out. I know I don't typically have these long plays. But we might as well get to the action. Hell, I probably won't even show you the warm-up lap, so let's skip to now. So, I've been able to clear the MX-5, we've got a clear road ahead of us. Let's set a flying lap of Apricot Hill Raceway 2. The MX-5 has just gone into pole, but with a very beatable time, because old Peugeot's overtaken them. I was going to say the MX-5 absolutely binned it in Sector 3 again. And there we go, MR2 in pole position, jumping down to 1 minute 42. So I now don't feel bad about, God, 7/10 off the MR2 in the first sector already. Side of this now. 0.9. Oh dear. I'm hoping this is going to jump us to second, but we are obviously still very slow behind the MR2. We do go second, 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds a lap slower. I am going to do one more flying lap, see if I can go a little bit quicker. I've started worse though by understeering it a bit wide. And I've gone deep into the chicane. That is easily worse. Over the crest to the end of the sector. Yep, 4/10 slower. I've got a slightly better exit out of there. I've only been going down to third gear. Really, I should have been going down to second. It's a much better middle sector. I've not lost as much time. Getting over these curbs. Carrying as much speed through as we can. And not lost any time to the MR2 there. See, this is going to be an improvement. No. I might just leave it there. I'm going to hit exit. I assume it's going to count the laps I've done so far. So yes, we're going to start second on the grid. But there is the visual... God, we were only a thousandth of a second quicker than the Yaris. Well, it wasn't that comfortable. But yeah, there's the confirmation of how much quicker that MR2 is. Almost 3 seconds a lap quicker. So this may make absolutely zero difference, and I think going forward I might have to just say, if the MR2 is there, we're not going to race, because waste of everyone's time. But we'll see what we can do from second on the grid. And it's an awful start, and we've immediately dropped to third behind the Yaris. Everyone's got a better start than us. I hooked the inside though. Much better entry to there though. Try and get up the inside of the Yaris at the hairpin. MR2's 3 seconds clear already. Wow. Oh, that was nice. Nice little fade up the inside. Down to second. Good on the power. Ooh, but the Yaris. Yaris is powering away from us. On. There we go. Just got to keep it nice and clean and tidy through here. Oh, you little... So, Yaris is just making it clear that it's like that. It's like that. Come on, Truno. See, it's in the top end. We start to out-drag the Yaris. But acceleration, sort of middle of the gears, we are certainly not as quick. In the meantime, the MR2 is 5.8 seconds away. It's going to be a dive bomb. No contact. And wow! Was pretty good. A little positive in the sea of sea of failure, but the Yaris is going to come back in and lean on us. I'm going to hopefully try and swing back round. Not quite. Why did I let that happen again? I knew that was going to happen again. Oh, I was hoping to lean on the Yaris. I can't believe the Yaris is going to beat me. Well. So I actually started second, lost a place. I'm almost starting to miss license tests. Jesus. Okay, so it's day 101. We have now been racing for 100 days in Gran Turismo 3. I am just going to pop over to GT Auto and do an oil change, because every little helps at this point. I think that's definitely going to come back a much brighter green. Yeah. So that will give us a little bit of something. And I'm going to give it one more go before we move back over to the Cuore. Obviously just not going to bother racing if the MR2 is there. So we're going to have one more race without the MR2, see if we can do it. MR2's not there. New Beetle has joined us. MX-5 206 are going to be the main rivals. Okay. Just adjusting my mic, excuse me. It's moved. Apologies if you haven't been able to hear me, although that might be a blessing in disguise. Another awful start, though. Fortunately, the new Beetle has been battered away. And we will hopefully look to get past them very quickly. Oh, and the new Beetle again getting argy-bargy with the BMW. Getting leaned on quite a lot in these races. I need to start doing the leaning. Rubbing his racing is clearly okay. And that was a good little move up the inside. BMW's got the better exit. I think we're able to hold them off at this point. So, fourth. Coming into the big, long right-hander. Need to try and clear the cruiser as quickly as possible. This is a good little move. It's just again... route they take through there annoys me so much. Again, the cruise. Sod off, mate. Okay, that's all right. We've ended up third at the start of the final lap. Hopefully the gap is under 3 seconds. It is. We've gone wide. They've gone extremely wide as well. I talk so much about how Seattle was a sticking point for me when I played this game in another competition. This is the big sticking point for me in this one. Get right the inside, come on. Didn't quite get the throttle down. Oh no. I'm not going to bloody do it again. And I kind of don't want to spend any more money on the Truno. It should be good enough. I think this is a skill issue, unfortunately. Go down to 1.5. Right, let's try and get past without being hammered off the road. We can get inside the MX-5. We're not going to be close enough to this bloody Peugeot though. I can't believe it. Not again. Another 0.7 of a second between us and the Peugeot. And considering they're taking all sorts of creative routes around the track, and I still can't beat them. I still can't beat them. Oh, this is bad. We have over 50k in the bank as a result of me just essentially what is amounting to grinding a race at this point, but not even for wins. Grinding out those second places. We will return, sadly, to you later in the episode. Let's jump back in your friend and mine, the Daihatsu Cuore, which is now up to a very respectable 82 brake horsepower after putting a lot of money in this thing. We will head over to Laguna Seca. So we've only managed third in this one. We're going to have to put some more in this car to take on the FF Challenge anyway. So I'm open, at least, with this one, to putting something else in to help us get over the line here. Let's see how we do to begin with, though. It's not been a glorious return for me. In my head, this was going to be like, oh, well, second attempt at Apricot Hill, we'll get that boxed off. A couple of attempts at this, box this off, and then it's a whole new world of possibilities, but we are probably about 30 minutes into this, if not more. I've made zero progress. Bit more money in the bank, but zero progress. Steer on the exit. It's a bad entry into that one. Starting to slightly regret, recording this playthrough and putting it on the internet. This is genuinely awful. Ah yes, of course, it's the slow run up the hill. Just a quick position update in case you are struggling to keep up. We are still last, so now you're informed and fully up to date. Right, desperate times. There we go. Bit of a dive bomb, but we're past somebody. It's not been a great first lap as we're being reeled in. God. Being reeled in by the Mini. But the field is still quite tightly packed. I'm going to stick my nose in there. Oh, hello. I thought we'd passed you. Mini, the dark horse, coming back into it now. Oh, God. We are down on straight line speed. Still. The amount of upgrades I've put in this car for us to still be down on straight line speed. Oh, no, mate. You are not going past. They'll block you. God. To hear the engine just struggle over that little crest, it's really sad, to be honest. Decent little fling through the corkscrew though. Down the hill we go. Can we at least improve on our third place here? I think we're even too far back to try and do like a dive bomb from here. Okay, I'm not messing about with this one. I think we do need to put a little something extra in the car. Because you can just see they're just driving away from us. Thing is, if I remember rightly, the upgrades that we have left, power-wise, I think it's mainly shoving a turbo in it, which might swing us too far in the other direction. However, on this occasion, since I know I'm going to be fighting through the FF Challenge, which will have much more powerful cars in it, I might let it slide on this occasion. Because my general rule has been, I want to try and upgrade the car so we get some competitive races rather than just upgrade it, drive off. But since this isn't going to be the end of our challenge with the Cuore, it's merely the beginning, I might allow myself on this occasion to whack turbo stage 1. What does that get us to? 122. That's a hell of a boost. 40 brake horsepower. I don't think there's much else. We've already put the intercooler in. We've already done racing cleaner. Full engine balancing isn't necessarily... Oh, it is a bit of BHP, but we can then adjust the gear ratios as well. But again, 2 brake horsepower, not going to be enough. We can do weight reduction level 2, which might be enough, because it feels like very fine margins. And is it going to be more of a big step up? This is the last chance saloon now. If I can't do it with this done, with us essentially having stripped everything out apart from a driver's seat and a steering wheel, I might have to pump for the turbo. Pump for the turbo is an odd turn of phrase. I don't know what I mean by that, and I won't explain it. Still quite fine, that's alright. It's quite a light green. Okay. The irony being, if I beat this without the turbo, probably one of the first things I'll do when we race the FF Challenge is put a turbo in anyway. But we might be in for a very exciting race. I mean, we're at, what, 40 minutes in? Hopefully, maybe now we will get one. That's what it's like watching F1. It's race 20 of 24. Maybe this one will be exciting. Maybe. So let's see if we can feel any difference now. We are the super lightweight Cuore, hauling less weight up the hill with our 82 brake horsepower. Still a bit understeery, but we're okay. Don't know why I'm taking such a tight line into turn 3. so far it does feel like the weight reduction not quite doing it for us. So once again, as we head up the hill for the first time, we are behind the pack. Mini Cooper leading the way, but as everyone jostles, give ourselves a chance to maybe get our nose ahead of someone by the corkscrew. We're up to third after taking, I would say, is a slightly creative line through the corkscrew, but I think we're okay. Might be able. So once again we are third. You can see them just pulling away, they've just got a little bit more oomph in them. We're going to have a good lap though. It might not be out of the question. And these two are starting to fight, which is exactly what I want to see. I've not been able to really capitalise. Gap's still a second, but as we start to get to the higher speed, we're struggling, but we are beginning to reel in the Mini. God, I'm going to have to do some blocking again. Just going to stop one of the Suzukis, the other one's going to come around the outside. So that's not a Suzuki, that's another Cuore. I think we might have ditched all the Suzukis. Slightly aggressive move, but my patience is wearing thin, so we're going to be third again. Same gap, 1.6 seconds. Throw it round this corner. Nope. Okay, unfortunately, I don't think I've got any other option. Well, I suppose I do have another option. I could go to level 3 weight reduction before the turbo, but I feel like I might just be prolonging the inevitable. But then there's also a little part of me, there's like, even though I'm going to have to put the turbo in anyway, to say I was able to beat it without the turbo and still beat. But then again, I might just shoot myself in the foot, because it's 20k for lightweight stage 3, 4,500. So actually as well, let's think of it from a cost-effective perspective. Yeah, I'm sorry if you believe this means I'm selling out. If you lose faith in me, and that's fine. There's only like 3 people watching this anyway, so is what it is. I mean, imagine if I still don't win. I will not say a word. Let's just get on with it and see how it goes. So once again, a lot of Cuores, 1 Cooper, 1 Alto Works. Let's see what this thing's like with a turbo in it. We fly through second gear. Oh my god, and it looks like it can actually get up the hill. Incredible. And to be, yeah, it's gonna go exactly how I feared it would. Because we have now got much more straight line speed than everyone else. This is going to be quite easy, I fear. But as mentioned, bigger challenges lay ahead with this this car. So let's not get stuck at this bump in the road. And as we head through, God, we're in 5th gear. I'm going to get a nosebleed. What are we doing in such a high gear? In the core. Yeah, as we head up to the corkscrew for the first time, we are looking at the car. We know we're going to win in just a moment. It's going to be the Mini Cooper, which is unfortunately no good for any competition apart from this one. So we are going to just sell it. Because I'm going to need the money. As much as I would sentimentally like to keep a classic Mini Cooper, because you can't actually buy it in the game, you've got to win it. I know I'm about to drop a lot of money on this Daihatsu, which is, I can't imagine that's a sentence that many people on this planet have said. I'm about to drop bare coin on this Daihatsu. But yeah, as expected, the turbo has absolutely overpowered us. But a positive is, it feels like it's okay going up a hill. So I feel like it's a very important quality of life improvement to the car, you know. Slightly more understeer because of the power. I do wonder how it's going to cope in the FF Challenge. I'm gonna drop it straight in as it is, in the hope that I'll be pleasantly surprised. Whoa, bloody hell, that was a bit of a weird... Don't know what happened there. And then I was in no gear for a second. Or was I in 3rd? Dear me. I will hold my hands up and say, regardless of the fact that in both of the races we've done, we have been slightly down on straight line speed until now, I have not driven well throughout the episode. It's exactly the reason why I need to leave behind my competitive sim racing, because right now this is more important. I need to be more regular on this game, because I can't be coming back and having forgotten everything. Well, we don't have many of these where we power away with it and win easily, so we'll take it, soak it in. 4.4 seconds clear. Let's see how this thing does in the FF Challenge. This is what it's all about. I don't know why I keep pressing the run button at the end of the race now. Here we go. Let's pick up our prize. I wonder what it could be. Yeah. I'm sorry. I would absolutely, in any other circumstance, keep this car. Just to have the car. But I need the money. It's only 4,000 credits, though. And maybe I won't need to spend any money on the car. See how quickly that's gone for me to... I'm selling the car, selling the car, selling the car. Well, might not sell the car. Yeah, if I need to drop money on the Cuore, the Cooper's going. Because I don't think I'll ever step in the car. Just don't. If anything, part of me thinks it's more likely I should get rid of the Camaro SS, because I think the Z28 is really good. We managed to win the American Challenge in the Z28 while SS's were present. And there's still loads I could do to upgrade the Z28. Whereas this, lots of brake horsepower already. I think I'm going to sell the SS. And hopefully I don't regret it. Get a bit more money in the bank. I need to be a bit more shrewd. Because part of this was I wanted to play the game in the most cost-effective and efficient way I could. I feel like the last few episodes have slightly gone out the window. But then again, you could argue those upgrades have been necessary for us to even get into the right space. So, I'm just putting off the inevitable here. Let's see. Let's see how this thing does in the FF Challenge. So, we'll head over to Deep Forest Raceway. Let's see who our opponents are. So there's a Lupo, 206, a Yaris, Demio, and a new Beetle. We'll see what stages, various stages of like upgrades they're in as well. Certainly no big sports cars. Let's see how bad this is. Second gear, almost irrelevant there. He's speed through it, but off to a solid start. Oh, we got a Yaris there, didn't spot them. Come on, come on, come on. I'll tell you what, we're not so bad. I think it's definitely fair to say we needed the turbo in to compete in this competition. Lupo Cup car currently up in the lead, but we are fighting with the 206, and this isn't so bad. We get up the inside. Oh, not got the move done there though. Ooh. Using the curb to kind of point us back in the right direction. Struggle up the hill, but we slowly wind in the 206. That was poor spatial awareness. Gap only a second to the Lupo. Flip down to fourth. Quite there. We might do this. Up the inside of the Peugeot. Angled this final corner very nicely. The turbo coming into its own, gap surely under a second, half a second. But we've now hit top speed, or hitting top speed. Lupo slams the door. It's only at the very top end, once again, are we starting to reel in this car. Mid speed, it's still quicker, so we've got to get the corners right. Into third, we go side by side. It's okay, it's okay. Ooh, again. Understeer, big issue there, needing to use that curb to help guide us round. This is good. I'm going to flick up to fifth a bit earlier, run down the hill. We're actually leading coming into the final sector. And all we need to do is nail this final corner. Out wide. A little bit of throttle regulation, over onto the curb. I cannot believe I've been building this up and we've done the first one in one. Oh, I tell you what, my ego's taken a bit of a battering in the first part of this episode, but it's good. And actually, the car as it is now, by sheer coincidence, is perfectly pitched, I think, to have some good races in the FF Challenge. So it might not be the nightmare that I was expecting. So I don't feel as bad for walking Laguna Seca now. So, special stage Route 5 up next. Of all the things I was thinking how this episode would go, one and doneing this, I'm getting ahead of myself, but imagine if I won and done this, but actually the thing that's still outstanding is that bloody race in the Truno. That's not what I was expecting. But we might not one and done it yet. There is a big long straight though, in special stage Route 5, where we can hopefully take some people out. Let's see how we go here. Slide around the outside. Oh, that's a beauty. Ooh! Oh, excuse. Whoa! That was slightly over-ambitious way to take that one. Excuse me. But once again, we're up with the top three. Lupo from 206 from Cuore. Slide it, get up the inside here. Oh, you little bastard. Lots of driving into me like I'm not there when I was very clearly up in the space. We get the move done up through the hairpin. A little bit of work to reel in the Lupo. There's a certain issue. It's a very old PS3 remote, and the R2 button does sometimes have a moment where it just kind of flicks up at the very lightest of touches. That one was deliberate though, and I did think this long straight would be good for us. And we lead at the end of lap 1. Just need a nice, tidy, controlled lap. And we'll have done 2 out of the 3. Lap here. I'm hoping to absolutely drop the Lupo. I wouldn't say I've dropped the Lupo, but it's been a good lap. He says nearly driving into the wall at probably one of the most vital parts of the lap. We should have enough now though. Keep it tight to the inside, power away, and then all our power is in the top end. Just one more to go. the foundation competitions is out of the way. Importantly, building up that bank balance, because it was starting to hover because of me not winning races and then having to spend the money I'd just earned on upgrading cars. Could we just walk through this now, after all that? The challenge wasn't the FF challenge, it was actually just getting to the FF challenge, which ironically I could have done at any point. Me just assuming the lightweight K Cup was going to be easier. I mean, it's technically further along the row in the beginner cup, so might have pitched and evaluated these things slightly incorrectly. But let's see. Been a while since we've been to Rome. Power through the first few cars very easily. Slightly different design of Lupo Cup car in the lead at the minute. Up the inside of the 206. I hate that little hissing sound it makes whenever you kind of change, like, it's like being in Need for Speed Underground. I was... Another decent stretch. This is where the Cuore is now powerful. Should have got down to third. I was way too worried about smashing into them again. I was hoping for a nice clean overtake, and then I've botched the final turn. Thankfully, we do have one more lap to try and get the job done. Right, come on now. Bit of understeer on the exit. Gap is coming down. So we start to slowly reel them in. Right behind them at the start of the straight. That'll be good. Okay, a couple of corners to go. A couple of corners historically I've not taken well. That was much better though, a bit more aggressive, use the whole width of the track. Let's get to the inside. After all that, oh, we're going to take on the FF challenge in the Cuore. It's going to be such a... Done it, mate. Unbelievable. Just yeah. No words. But thankfully, a little bit of face has been saved after the way this episode started. We were in purgatory in those two races, and we've still got to go back to Apricot Hill, and at least there is some joy to be had. Okay, what have we won from the FF Challenge? I knew at some point we would get a Toyota Yaris. Also, what a colour of Yaris we have won as well. I don't have anything against pink, but I'd rather it be hot pink than that. It's almost weird, like a fleshy colour. Give me a hot pink car. Give me Barbie pink. Fine. That looks fleshy to me. And it's a really awful colour. I developed an irrational dislike of the Toyota Yaris from this game because I hated doing the Yaris Cup. But it's one we're going to have to do, and we now have the Yaris to do it. Because I'll be f***ed if I'm spending money, my own money, on a Toyota Yaris. And again, it is specifically this era of Yaris I dislike. The modern Yarises look really cool. This Yaris is a box. It is, though, a 5-race event. We've not done a series race yet. So that is something that we'll probably attempt next time out. I might have to try one of these races as a single, though, and just see. Make sure the Yaris is kind of up to scratch and competitive, because I would like to do the series again, where the challenge is nicely weighted with the car we're driving. We're not going to drive away with 5 races in a row. Likewise, it's not going to be impossible for us. So, might have to do a race or two just to kind of upgrade it a bit, and then hopefully have a good fight for the title in the Yaris race. However, I believe there is one thing I need to at least try and finish this episode. Because then it allows us to move on, it allows us to be free. And then we can start the next episode with a fresh set of challenges. We're going to jump back in the Truno. And we will head over to Apricot Hill. Let's see if we can get this done. Oh, excuse me. The NA race for sports models. I'm outright blank refusing to spend money on the Truno. It's good enough. I just haven't been. So let's finish strong. No MR2. Main competitors are going to be the MX-5, the 206. Pray for me. Damn it, I wanted to carry the speed through, not push the BMW forward. Oh good, just 4 seconds between us and the leader at the beginning. Oh, this BMW needs to hop off my right away. Go away. Yeah, that's what I thought. Stay back there. Right. We're coming from a long way back this time. We've certainly had better first laps. We're going to get hit. Bag. But we'll release through. Oh look, the BMW's back. Go away! Okay, this is gonna be, this is gonna probably be a no-go already. So we slowly work our way up the hill. Oh, slide wide. Awful start to the lap again. God, are we going? I know they go across there, but even that was extreme. Oh, we're being battered out of the way again. Ah, oh, by another car I absolutely despise, which we're going to have to do a competition of later as well. The new Beetle, sorry. I think my frustration is getting the better of me, but I don't want to finish on a down note. But it might be just one of those of diminishing returns where it's like, you should stop now. You need to stop. But I don't want it to end like this. Sorry, I might just be bullying the Beetle a little bit. I might have seen red a little bit. Well, I'm glad the Beetle's going to finish 5th. That's all I'm going to say. We're going to do one more. We are going to finish no matter what. This is going to be the last race. And you know what? Just because I want to have every minuscule brake horsepower at my disposal, even though that still looks pretty light green. I don't think that's changed colour at all, but I don't care. It's gonna feel great. And you know what as well? All that dirt, that extra weight we're carrying around from the dust, it's no good. Let's get rid of that. This is doable. We are at the same sort of impasse I had when I was younger and I was doing that competition at Seattle, and I did not want to put any more in the car. It's the same thing again with the Trudeau. So let's just make sure that the MR2 is not there. No MR2. The Yaris this time though. So yeah, Mazda and the Yaris are going to be at the front. They already are at the front, but they will be there at the end. That's who we're going to have to try and pass. Okay. Last race of the day. Here we go. This goddamn button. Well, that's annoying. That's taken a little bit of wind out of the sails, but we are at least in the correct gear for turn 1. It's a better run. Can we get around the BMW before it starts to lean on us? Yes, we can. That was a good move. Too deep. I don't want to waste my time fighting with this bloody Beetle again. Stay to the inside. Come on. Definitely quicker through this section of the track. I just keep getting collected by them. I don't want to follow them through, because obviously their line is slower. He says, following them through. Incredibly though, that line has kept me out of danger. The Yaris is into the lead, ahead of the Mazda ahead. Well, incredibly, that's worked out quite well. I've been in this position before, come on. Come on! Off Mazda. Oh, that Mazda needs to stay away from me now. So I'm going to try and mount a challenge on the Yaris. I need to not be bothered from behind. Sorry, that... I am an adult, that was not funny. It's a bit funny. The inside. Are we going to be coming from too far back? Come on, please. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's another drag race to the line, come on. Come on. No, I can't believe it. Another drag race to the line at Apricot Hill Raceway 2, and we win by 0.02 of a second from the Yaris. Well, I feel like... How has that happened again? How has it been that close again? Worth it. That's made it all worth it. Okay, what have we won? A Honda Del Sol. Sorry, I did not recognise that. For a minute I was like... Again, stunning colour. Old Lady Lavender, we've got it in. Dear, well. Thank God for that. I was hoping by the end of this episode, the NA race for sports and the Lightweight K-Cut would be done. And they are, but neither in the way I was expecting. Certainly wasn't expecting to walk past the FF Challenge. Let's quickly have a look and see what the car is I've won, because I'm not going to pretend I know what the Honda... CRX. I've heard of the CRX. Del Sol. I'm not going to be honest with you, it's not really a looker. It's another FF car, 165 brake horsepower. I'm feeling selling that, to be honest, and getting the credits, because I don't think there's going to be any competitions. We've done the FF Challenge. It's not going to fit for any of these very specific competitions. Type R meeting. I don't think it's... I know it's a Honda. Yeah, so CRX is not in there. Also, even if it was, it would probably be not the best when you've got the Civic knocking about, Mitsubishi, and then of course the GT World Championship. I mean, look, also, sorry CRX, look at it. I'm not a fan of that. Sorry. It's also, sorry, what's the name of the colour as well? I've just noticed. It's probably behind my box, you can't see it. It is Captivate Blue Pearl. There's nothing captivating about that. But we will leave it there. Next time, I step into one of my old foes from when I played this game when I was younger. It is going to be the Toyota Yaris Cup. So we're going to get in, do a single race, and see what upgrades the car needs so we can pitch it perfectly against the rest of the competition. And then once we've got it at a point where it's like, okay, this is close, this could work, we'll then do the series event and try and win the 5-race series. But for now, we will leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. As ever, if you've gotten to the end and you're watching the playthroughs, I really appreciate if you've got to this point. I really appreciate your support, and as ever, your patience with this series. Like I say, as I have, you might have seen a video at the end of last year about how I'm not doing competitive sim racing anymore. My regular series are hopefully going to be a bit more regular, so you will hopefully see another episode of this very soon. So, thank you so much for watching. I will see you then. Here comes the Yaris.